Hi guys, this is Anonymous with another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. This is Game 2 of the Neo Star League Finals between Sky and Infi. And this time Infi's playing Night Elf, so having lost last game playing Undead against Sky's Human, Infi again switching to an off race, switching to a different off race, and playing Night Elf this time. So, an interesting choice. I think all the reasons I gave last time still apply, except I actually forgot to mention one, which is just to throw Sky off his game a little. I mean, he probably prepared to face Infi as human. Like I said, he faced him before, so he's probably very dialed into Infi's human strats. And so, Infi may have switched just to throw Sky a little off, make him do something he hasn't practiced so much. Anyway, Infi seemed like a pretty good undead player, as we saw in the last matchup, but unfortunately he still lost the game. As Sky just basically macroed up a big army and pushed him and won. There's also some aggressive creeping by Sky. Now Sky putting up a farm in Infi's base. Just an annoyance tactic. Infi with the Ancient of War right next to it, so he's not going to be too concerned. I mean, the Ancient of War is just going to beat down the farm. I mean, if this happens to you, just stay calm and, eventually you can put up an Ancient of War next to it or an Ancient of Wonders. It's a good, it'll go down. Don't worry about it. It's not worth your time to kill it with your hero. It really isn't. So, an annoyance tactic by Sky. Of course, it'll cost him that 80 gold and 20 food in the long run. Now, Infi sending a Wisp to scout Sky. Sees where he is, which is not too surprising because it's a two-player map. Also sees that Sky is not doing anything completely crazy. Just got a barracks and now finally blocking off his base with the farm. So, yeah, nothing unusual from Sky, which is pretty much the way it always is. We rarely see anything unusual from Sky. Now, this is a little strange. Infi putting up his Hunter's Hall way outside his base. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he just didn't think he had enough room, or maybe he wanted to hide the Hunter's Hall. If he was trying to hide the Hunter's Hall, it was not successful. Actually, now canceling it. So maybe he did want to hide the Hunter's Hall, but since it was discovered, he decided it was no longer worth it. So that was a little bit weird. Yeah, I think he probably wanted to hide the Hunter's Hall and surprise Sky with some Huntresses, but unfortunately for him, the peasant managed to discover it. So that's some really good scouting by Sky, and I don't know, brilliant prediction or foresight or something. Now Sky coming in with a lot of peasants, and actually 3 militia also coming in, but does he have a lumber mill up? Yeah, getting his lumber mill up. So it's going to be a tower push, it looks like, and we'll see how this works out. Not much going up for Infi, and I bet he really wishes he had that Hunter's Hall at this point. He probably made a mistake in canceling that Hunter's Hall. On the other hand, the lumber is also going to be useful in this. He'll need it to repair stuff and to purchase his archers and stuff, but still. It looks like he may get his Ancient of War cancelled. No, Infi not focusing on it, so that Ancient of War is going to get up. Now Infi getting... Where did his peasants go? Infi actually sent his peasants back, so not committing to this push. And that may be a wise decision. No need to make such an all-in move early. Yes, Sky, however, is foregoing creeping and expansion in order to make this little push here, and eventually getting chased out. I think he got a couple Wisp kills. Archmage's still there, and that farm is almost dead. It's going to go down in a couple hits, and Sky will have to rebuild that farm. He's right now at 26 of 24 food, actually, so that losing that farm did cost him a little bit in lost production time. Not that he has anything to produce, because he's teching and he doesn't want to produce any more footmen at this point. It's a little surprising to see him not putting up a new farm. Oh, he did. He put it somewhere outside his base, which I can't see because of the stupid purple. No, never mind. I have no idea where Infi's farm is. Now just creeping around the lower fountain, and gets a ring of protection. Not too great. Okay, this is very poor by Infi. He just got 2 archers netted, now abandoning the camp, and I think he's going to lose both of these archers. No, yeah, oh wait. No, he got netted there. He is going to lose both archers. And so Infi losing 2 archers, not even creeping, just running away from the creep camp, which is really... it's not his normal standard of play, and it may be because he's not used to the Night Elf creeping. I mean... archers are really weak, and he may not have realized just how weak they are, because he doesn't play the race normally, leaving that Tome of Intelligence. I guess he wants to save it for another hero. I don't know what he'll be getting. Probably the panda. We'll see. Actually, his tech is not yet done. It's still halfway. And Infi, again, I don't think he can really creep this camp successfully. Maybe just going for the Ogre Magi. Going to take a lot of damage on his Demon Hunter in the process. Yeah, just going for the Ogre Magi. Maybe he can creep this camp, but he's taking a huge amount of damage on his Demon Hunter, and he's going to have to run it away. Actually, TPing. Wow. Yeah. Infi really not creeping well this game. And he just got his Demon Hunter really damaged and TP'd onto to defend, I guess, from Sky's attack, but still, if he had not TP'd there, I think he would have lost his Demon Hunter to creeps. So, and as it was, he was in very great danger of having the Archmage just kill him. Of course, he used his Moonwell, so he stayed alive, but that was very poor. And Infi does not look, I don't know, he looks not very confident and not very agile with a Night Elf race, and I think it was a poor decision to switch to Night Elf. And I would have to say that, you know, Infi's not too far behind at this point. I think he's a little bit behind because he's had to use all his Moon Juice on his Demon Hunter just there. But, and now Sky with a Naga, and he may try another push. But I would say that Sky is far ahead in this game just because of how bad Infi seems to be playing with the Night Elf. I mean, he almost lost his hero to creeps. He's just totally distracted. Maybe he was looking at the base, but still, it's almost unfathomable how someone as good as Infi could play like that. Now chasing the Naga away with a mana burn. Rifles actually for Sky. So Sky looks like he's going to make a rifle push, and it's something we don't see so often these days. But I mean, rifles less popular now than they were. Looks like the Naga's going to go 5 hit points, but it's probably still going to go down with that Demon Hunter having boots is just faster. Naga trying to die to creeps, can't get away. Mana burn kills it. So Sky does lose a hero. And I bet that's a Naga. Yeah, Infi with his own Naga. So Infi seeing the Naga counters with a Naga. Sky going looks like he's dedicating to rifles and now getting some Sorks. So rifle caster push coming up as soon as that Naga is back, I would predict. Probably with towers. And Sky now with a 1 water elemental in the back, looking, you know, to harass the wisps, and now coming out again. He should just go for the wisps, but water elemental times out actually. So Infi using this opportunity to get some free creeping done. If he could get that Naga to level 2, that would give him a bit of an advantage in the game. Now it looks like he might be able to pick off his sword. No, Sky's army shows up in time. Infi now taking damage on his Demon Hunter, and it really sorry. Like I said, it just doesn't, it looks like Infi just doesn't quite understand the limits of his units in this game. He doesn't seem to understand how far you can push the Demon Hunter, and that's tends to be a problem with players playing who are unfamiliar with Blade Master or the Demon Hunter. You see your opponent rushing in and making daring escapes with low health, but you don't realize just how precisely calibrated those daring escapes are. I mean, the Demon Hunter can only be pushed so far, and after that it just dies. I mean, it'll get 2 damage, you'll waste too much Moon Juice, and you get an escalating cycle of running out of health and dying. So it's very important to manage your Demon Hunter carefully and not just let it take so much damage. And in this game, Infi taking quite a lot of damage on his Demon Hunter. He had to use some more Moon Juice or buy a potion. I'm not sure which he did. And now he has some Dryads up, but Infi only 2 rifles, actually. 2 rifles, 1 Sork, 2 Footmen, and 2 Peasants, and he's going to come in with towers. He's got 2 Ivory Towers. And putting up the towers now, that one is not in the best position. Good Ancient of War placement by Infi to keep the towers away. I think he probably expected them. I mean, this is the advantage to being against human. When you're human, you know exactly what to expect, and he knows how he would tower the Night Elf, and so he's putting up his buildings in the way that he would prevent his best towering strategy. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the relationship between Infi and Sky is, but I would imagine that Infi knows that both players know each other's playstyles very intimately. I mean, human Chinese players on the same team, I'm sure they exchange tips and stuff, so they probably know exactly what to expect from each other. Now Infi, again, sending his Demon Hunter a little bit out of position and using an Invuln Pot, so it'll stay alive, but it's a little strange, and Sky losing a breaker there, which hurts. He needs some more breakers, but one tower will go up. The other tower got taken down by the Demon Hunter. Um, Here comes some swords for Sky, and Infi with that Ancient of War has really tanked a lot of damage on it, but Sky now going to kill off a lot of wisps that Infi is using to repair. Demon Hunter coming in with Rejuve, and this is where that breaker loss really hurts, because he could have just stolen the Rejuve. But now that opens the door to the Demon Hunter pushing up with the Rejuve on it. Fork Lightning goes off on some wisps, going to get a bunch of kills there. Yeah, the Naga hits 2 for Sky. And this Ancient of War still up, and still Infi wasting a lot of... Sorry, Sky wasting a lot of time on Infi's Ancient of War. Yeah, I've probably called the players by the wrong names about 80 times during these games, which is really confusing. But, you know, at least at this point they're in different races. If Infi decides to go back to human, then, I don't know. Then it'll be even more confusing. Now, Sky getting his units way out of position. He's going to lose a couple. One priest goes down there. The Demon Hunter hits 4. So, it looks like Infi may actually be able to fend this off and Rejuve on the Naga, but he still has to use a healing potion. Now Sky trying to get his Naga out of there. Naga actually very damaged, almost blocking it with his Archmage, but slow goes off on the Demon Hunter. Now the Naga should be fine. Naga pulling away, Orb of Venom on it, but it's not going to be killed. Demon Hunter has to get staffed out there. Unfortunately, that was a rather poor staff by Infi, and again, it seems like he just doesn't quite understand the things that every regular Night Elf player would understand. Where do your units go when they're staffed? You know, how do you use the staff when defending against a tower push? You know, the human staff is not the same. You use it in different situations, and you know, it heals your units, obviously, but the humans and Night Elves have very different staff play styles. And now finally Infi with some bears. It took him a long time to get those up. I guess he was teching to tier 3 during this tower push. Now another tower going up, and this Ancient of War is finally going to go down. Wow, it took forever. But it's only at 60 health now. Yeah, the Ancient of War is going to go down. Meanwhile, that Demon Hunter managing to cancel another tower. Yeah, the Ancient of War goes down, and now this one tower by Sky way out here is totally out of position. Yeah, Infi with not too many items on his Demon Hunter. He's got an Orb of Venom, but nothing else. And actually, not many items on either hero. Both players have pretty much not crept that much. I mean, they've sort of forgone creeping for the push and defense strategies. Now, Infi gonna lose a bear here. Oh, staff, good staff there. Bear gets out with 27 health, but now his Demon Hunter is taking damage, and he doesn't have a staff to escape with it. He's gonna pass the staff there, and staffs out his Demon Hunter as well. Another good staff from Infi. So I guess he's not quite as clueless as I said before, but as I made it sound before. But I mean, obviously not. He's a pro player, but just not quite doing it as well as a real Night Elf player would. You would rarely see a bad staff from Moon. Now again, Infi's Demon Hunter remaining slowed, and he could really do with some Dryads, but he does have a Dryad there, but probably just not with enough resources to produce more. You know, too busy producing bears to get Dryads, and now he's going to lose another Moonwell, which will bring him down to population cap. Yeah, he's now sending his bears in. The bears are quite low, and actually he's going to lose this one bear. So Sky looks like he's going to win this game actually after all. So with those bears so weak, and now the Demon Hunter getting stuck in a little bit, passes the staffed out just in time. Sky may just send his units in there and try and kill it, but no, enough Moon Juice to save the Demon Hunter, and Sky now needs to take down that last Moonwell there. Takes it down. That's a loss of 100 Moon Juice for Infi. So Infi sending the Demon Hunter out. Rejuve's still not stolen. No breakers in. So that'll keep Infi in this a little longer. But this game is really over. Sky has his towers up in Infi's base and in range of the main. And those bears are too low to really put up an adequate defense. So is the Dryad. Actually, here Sky's Naga goes down. But still, Infi's units are so weak that Sky will just be able to Tavern Revive the Naga. And now working on the main, just attacking it with all his units. Putting up more towers. He's got 3 towers up and one going up in range of the main. And Wisp, of course, forced to come off the line. Off the line? It's not really a line. Off of Lumber to deal with that. One Water Elemental getting killed there by Infi, but now losing a bear. The Archmage hits 4. No Naga to really give his Brilliance Aura to, unfortunately, but Demon Hunter now with an anti-magic potion. I'm not sure what that was for. getting rejuved. I guess it was to prevent it from being stolen. I don't know. Does that even work? And there's a break. We're gonna just remove the rejuve at this point. Actually, not removing the rejuve. Now, DH is getting staffed out for one last time. I can't imagine it surviving any longer than this. Actually, there's another full moon well, so the DH may live to fight another day. But that tree is still taking damage, and there's no real way to repair it. Any wisps are just gonna die. Another bear goes down for Infi. Staff passed again. Back to the Demon Hunter. And Sky is just taking this over, and yeah, Infi GG's. And yeah, when you're being forced out of your base completely like this, and they've left the game, by the way, so this is just after. And there goes the Demon Hunter. Wow. Okay. Infi totally fails to the tower rush there. I would say that it was not the most well executed game from either side, but in particular, Infi doesn't seem very much at home with the Night Elf. And I think it was a poor decision to switch to it. He probably should have if he wanted to switch, he probably should have stuck with Undead, or perhaps Orc. I haven't seen his Orc. So, his Night Elf just seems not so good, and he doesn't seem to have much confidence in it, as well as not having as much expertise with the Demon Hunter as he ought to. So, Sky is now in a 2-0 lead in the series, and it might end early because it's only a best-of-5 series, and Sky needs to win one game to finish it. We'll see what Infi decides to do in the next games. But, Sky, the master of human, really showing showing his skill against the other races. And perhaps we'll see Infi switch to human or orc in the next game, and Sky will have an opportunity to play against yet another race. So, yeah. Let's look at the hero levels, actually. Infi had higher level heroes because Sky lost. I feel like Sky carelessly lost some units. In particular, losing his Naga at the end was careless, but it didn't cost him. He had towers up by that time, and when the towers are up, you have a little more leeway in what you do. So, yeah, I would say, well played by Sky. He could have executed the tower rush better, but it was enough to win him the game. So, Sky takes a 2-0 lead. Thanks for listening. This is Non-Anonymous.